Welcome to the FC24 Collection Book, a Road to Glory series where I have to collect every player that's 75 rated or above and available on the market. From all the terrible non-rare golds, all the way up to the biggest cards in the game. For this series, the rules are simple. Drafts don't count, and no loans either. Once I play a game with a card, they can be ticked off and placed in the collection book, with the aim of filling the entire book by the end of the year. All the golds and all promos, including whatever EA decide to release throughout the year. Cards can be obtained by buying them off the market or packing them, and any SBCs, objectives, or evolution cards this year are bonus objectives. The series is streamed daily on TikTok and YouTube, so if you want to follow along with the progress, you can follow on TikTok and subscribe to my YouTube channel. This year there will be weekly episodes on the YouTube channel to go along with the daily live streamed progress. So join me this year in my attempt to fill the FC24 collection book. Today in episode 1, we're going to show you everything that's happened so far since FC24 launch, including our starter teams, our first objectives, SBCs completed, some humongous pack pulls already, which is incredibly lucky, and any rewards from champs, div rivals, and squad battles. And of course, I'll show you the updates of any players that we have played with so far and the updated pages in the collection book at the very end. Welcome to this year's Road to Glory. The Road to Glory is officially underway. So to start off the year, obviously it begins with the web app, and we had to discard our things in order to get coins this year because there were no welcome backpacks, which meant the very beginning of the Road to Glory was a little bit slower, and you were doing little objectives, little SBCs, foundations, in order to try and get the bare scraps to get things going. We got a few players to start things off. Lobotka, Torreira, has a few little pack pulls here. We also got ourselves a Callum Wilson to go into our first starter squads. This is what we began with to start off. Now, as I said earlier, evolutions are going to be bonus objectives, and throughout the year I will show you all objectives, all SBCs, and all evolutions I do, so we can keep track of everything as we go through the year. We got our first goal with Gonzalo Ramos, which is obviously a huge moment in any Road to Glory, but the first two evolutions that I chose were Monique Robinson from the Leicester Women's and Steffi Mavididi from the normal Leicester team. And of course, a lot of my evolution choices this year will be based around Leicester and Barca, as those are the teams that I've cared about for 2 decades of my life. This is where we got to with a couple of little chops and changes, getting the evolution players in there. Then we started getting XP, leveling up the season progress, taking some bigger and better packs. We got an 84x2 from one of the first levels that was available to choose for us. And I took the risk in going for that instead of the 83 pack. And I actually got one of my favorite players of all time, not just in FIFA games and now FC, but in real life, Riyad Mahrez. And so, what a pull that was. He's not actually worth that much, but at the start, he was a little bit of coinage. I did play some games once we got onto the early access and started to earn some in order to improve our team. So this is what we were looking like. We had a little bit of Saudi in there, a little bit of Prem, a little bit of WSL, and then also some Serie A. If you have seen my Road to Glories over the previous years, you will know I love the Serie A. And it's normally what I start with every single year. This year, a little bit different. I did spend some of my points that I got from the Ultimate Edition on Mavididi to get him as the Relentless Winger evolution. And then we started to earn more and more coins, getting some games done in Div Rivals, earning some rewards and things like that. Just getting a few basic coins at the very beginning, picking up Barella, picking up Lautaro Martinez, because I was planning to go for Serie A as a bit of a hybrid into the first Weekend League FUT Champs. But then it got delayed by a week, so I had a lot of time to actually figure out, did I want to do this? Did I want to chop and change in order to do something else? And you'll see what we ended up with. But we do get our first really nice pull of the year in David Alaba. At the time, he was around 40k, and we also got an inform in that pack. Very, very nice. Now, in our Nike and Team of the Week content pack, we didn't get as lucky. We got Guirassi, but he will be used at some point to tick off in the collection book. I then decided it was time to grind some moments. If you haven't done this, what are you doing? They are so easy, and once you get 60 stars, you can get yourself a tradable 50k pack, which is exactly what I did here. And as you can see, we got Mr. Andre Onana. So a decent little pull, especially as it is tradable. I used some more of my points on packs and then the last remaining few on a couple of drafts. That was the best pull that I got from the draft right there. And then we move into some other season progress packs and other things like that. And we actually get ourselves a nice pack pull here, Irene Paredes, and her combined with Alaba. You can start to see where the team is going. In an untradeable 100k pack that we got via objectives, I got my first double walkout of the year, and it was a Premier League double. Martin Ødegaard and Bernardo Silva, neither actually made it into the team due to weak foots and stuff like that. And as you can see, I committed to Serie A by going for Kvaratskhelia right there. And we did manage to achieve playoffs in Champs as we finished off our evolution of Monique Robinson. Then EA decided to drop some 78 plus upgrades, and we got this pull. Now, my reaction at the time, I didn't know, one, how good she was, or two, how expensive she was. But Oshuola, a monster pull to get untradeable, to go with these other La Liga and Liga F players. It was amazing. I decided to stick Ferran Torres into the evolution because obviously I was going down La Liga route. We then completed some more objectives to start off the year. There were loan icon objectives if you got the Ultimate Edition, and you also managed to get the ridiculous Putellas on a loan. So that was amazing. Opening up some more packs now, untradables, and look who we get. It's another monstrous La Liga player in Marc-Andre ter Stegen. So this was ridiculous. The luck on the road to glory so far this year has been awesome, especially compared to the last few years where we started really slowly. And as you can see right there, we've gone down a much more La Liga based route, and I binned off the Serie A and I bought some players in order to accommodate more for Liga F and La Liga. Got myself a Dzeko in a pack opening for Road to the Knockout, and then I did my first SBC Player of the Year. Of course I was going to do it. One of my favourite players ever. I love the guy. I love him as a player and as a person. We did James Maddison's SBC. Unfortunately, no longer a Leicester player. Another double walkout there. We've got more season progress. We took Baltimore, obviously. Now, Gold 1 squad battles is what I got that week. However, since then, I am now trying to get Elite 1 in squad battles every week. We did the Reina objective, and then we opened up an 83x10 from season progress, and we got ourselves Tchouameni. Again, another decent La Liga player going into the team. I got an untradeable Kingsley Coman as well, and then I went out and committed to La Liga and Liga F for the first Champs team. I bought Luka Modric, Patri Guerrero, and Rafinha. Now, unfortunately, their prices crashed very soon after this, but it's fine. They more than made up for it, as you'll see. I also got Llorente, and this is the La Liga and Liga F hybrid that we created. Obviously, once I got to level 20, I was always going to be taking a Leicester player in Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. Never going to change if there's Leicester players available. Div Rivals, I got up to Division 4 relatively quickly and got some decent Serie A untradables right after I switched. We got Manyan and Di Lorenzo. Then we move into Champs, and this was my final playoff game, and unfortunately, I lost it on penalties to go 9-1. Still really good, but we just missed out on those insane pack rewards that you get for going 10-0, but 9-1 is still solid. And we used some of the stuff that we got in order to go and get Mappy Leon as an upgrade for Irene Paredes going into our first champ. So this is the team that we committed to start Champs for the year. Into Champs we go then, and I'm basically just going to massively fast forward through all of these games so you can see how things went. The scorelines are obviously going to be in the top left as it whizzes through. We got off to an amazing start. It was absolutely incredible. And as you can see, as we're going through this, we were smashing teams, we were getting some rage quits, and we went 8-0, which was a fantastic way to begin Champs for the first time on the road to glory. This was after I got 14 wins on my content account. We then proceeded to get up to 11-1, which Wow, how on earth with this team are we doing this? No idea. We did then pick up a loss. We go 12-2, 13-2. It's still looking good. 13-3. We do take another L right there, unfortunately, but we get that 14 wins locked in. Then we take a loss, and it's whether we can clutch it up and win the last 2 games in order to get the next rank up. And this is what happened in the final game of Champs for the first weekend league of FC24. We are 15-4. We go 3 goals up. And boom, there it is. What we love to see, a rage quit to get 16 wins. So here are the rewards that we got for rank 3 champs for the first weekend league. I will show you weekend league number 2 as well. You get amazing rewards for this rank. 3 1 of 4 84 plus picks. You get an 85 times 3 and 85 times 2, a 100k pack, a 125k pack, all tradable, and a ton of coins, 85k to be precise. So whatever we got here, it was always going to massively help out with the account. And we either had a choice of De Jong or Aouar there. I went with De Jong because Aouar was always going to come down in price. Frankie, higher rated, also fits the squad. We got Danny Parejo and Oblak. The game loves me in La Liga this year, it appears, so we went with all of those. We get an 85 times 2 in this one, and we get Trent Alexander-Arnold. Obviously, the dream right there is to hit that Kyle Walker. He's worth significantly more. But we also got Kerbal in there as well. Pretty good. In the 100k pack for our first set of rewards, we get an English left winger. That's not what you want to see, sadly. Neither of them sell for that much. And in the back of that pack, there's nothing else of note either. 125k pack, it's another English left winger from Man City. So once again, not worth much at all, and nothing really in the back of that pack, sadly. Then we get our 85 times 3, and here we go. A special card. Very confusing, because Saka wasn't special at the time. We got him as the walkout, and Sissoko as a road to the knockouts. Very, very nice card. So I was very, very perplexed at the time. This was my first double walkout where the face card wasn't the special and it was the one behind it that was actually the special. It was all over the place, but a very nice pack. And look what is there with them. Rodrigo. Now, I did decide to sell these cards. I could have used Rodrigo in my team. Obviously, would have fit because we've got La Liga and Liga F. But I thought, we're going to take the coins and we're just going to get out of there before they potentially come down in price. We made about 150,000 coins from those. I made roughly 250k from the first weekend league of champs in FC24. That's crazy, right? Now we move forward and look at this. I got myself a road to the knockout Luka Modric from, I think it was level 29 in the season progress. I don't know what's going on this year. Liga F, La Liga, EA, me, there's some kind of connection or partnership there. They love me, and I was looking at spending 250k. I was going to go out and buy that Modric. I was either going to buy Bon Mati potentially, or do something else in the team. But who needs to when you can just pack the card yourself? We also went and did Darmian's objective, and I did instead spend some of my coins on Araujo. This is how the team is looking right there after those upgrades. It's pretty sick, I'm not going to lie. Now we move into our pre-season packs from FIFA 23. And I got Rolfo. I'm genuinely, like, sometimes you can have good pack luck at the start of the year, but it doesn't all line up. You get, like, a Kingsley Coman, for example, not bad, and then you get someone for a different league, maybe a Ben Yedder, or someone that's worth, like, 30k in a couple of different leagues. But look at this! It's Rudiger as well! Genuinely baffled as to what's going on this year, and then look at this! We get another monster pack pull in Ousmane Dembele. Still at this point, at the time of recording, worth like 150,000 coins plus. Huge card for the Road to Glory. He is going to be a super sub for now until we potentially our team change it going forward. As you can see right there, Elite 1 in squad battles, 2 tradable 50k packs and 22,000 coins is massive. And we're going to be getting that every single week. So I did do the hero and yeah, it's a stinker. Sadly, we do get Mr. Kanu So many people were getting great pulls in this, and we get one of the worst ones. But as I've said many times on stream, I have no right to complain because my La Liga pack luck has just been ridiculous. And we've basically got half of our team is untradeable ballers that cost a lot of coins, all because of our pack luck so far. Now, here are the rewards from weekend number 2. I do get Tonali. He is still worth a lot of coins. Obviously, I'm not using a Premier League team, so he doesn't really fit, or Serie A, but it's still a very nice pull to have. We can use him and we can tick him off in the collection book. We got ourselves a Modric and Bernardo Silva in there as well. In the other packs, Kerbal. I've already packed him multiple times. You can tell that it's a double walkout in this one. And alongside Kerbal, in this one, we got... Ooh, the tension. It's nothing incredible. It's fodder in Reynard, but still another 88 rated. We open up this pack and I'm baffled once again because there's another double walkout where the face card isn't the special. We get Sadio Mane, who is basically discard value, sadly. And we do get a Trailblazers as we move into this promo. We are catching up right now with where the Road to Glory is sat. And we get Herrera right there. We have an 85 times 3, and yet again, another double walkout with a Trailblazer and a non. This was the final pack from Champs, and I got Alex Morgan, who is phenomenal on this game, and Trailblazers Dante. So that is where things are. That's you caught up with everything. Let me go and show you the pages of the collection book and what we have filled in so far. First, let's go with the main ones. Liga F, we've ticked off 5 players in here, all high rated, so great start there. In La Liga, we've also ticked off quite a few high rated players and a few that are getting towards the 80 rating mark. In the Bundesliga, we've only used a couple of players so far, but they have been completed. In Ligue 1, we got that huge Ousmane Dembele pull and Gonzalo Ramos. In the Turkish League, we have that 82 Torreira from one of my first packs. In the WSL, we've used Russo and Greenwood so far. The Saudi League saw me use Riyad Mahrez, Bobby Firmino, and Ibanez. In the Premier League, Callum Wilson and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. In the Championship, big Steffi Mavididi from Leicester. In the Serie A, we've ticked off quite a few players, as it was my commitment at the start until I changed over to the Spanish leagues. And then we have used Inform Guirassi so far. And then here are all of the objectives that I've done so far, SBCs, and current evolution players that I have done. So that's where we're at. That is episode 1 of the collection book. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you live for the next bit of progress later today. In a bit.